Good afternoon. Let me call this meeting of the Morgantown Land Reuse and Preservation Agency to order. We have a quorum, and let me call the roll. Ms. McDonald.
Here.
Mr. Kirby is en route. He should be here soon. Ms. Rye is excused. Mr. Bailey.
Present.
Mr. Mills.
Present.
Mr. Stranko.
Here.
The chair is here, so we do have a quorum. Sufficient proof of notice of the meeting was given, and we will proceed. Correspondence. I received a letter from Mayor Selin saying that Mr. Kirby has been renewed for another 3-year term from January 1st, 2024 to the end of 2026. And that is it. We have no presentations. Reports of officers and directors. Let me begin. Mr. Yeager, thank you. From our comments last time, I think you all saw that Mr. Yeager and Mr. Hawes and the City Council have agreed to allow me to act on behalf of the agency in a preliminary manner so that we can move transactions forward and that sort of thing in a more expeditious manner, and I appreciate your good work with that, and I think that'll be very good. Also, Mr. Bailey and I talked a little bit about same kind of things that I think it would be good if some point we were probably getting to the place that a working meeting with Mr. Hawes and selected members of council is appropriate and that sort of thing. Just to make sure we're all on the same page now that all the appointments for 2024 have been renewed and we are back at full strength. And then Mr. Bailey may talk a little bit about what our sister organizations are doing. But other than that, from the members, Ms. McDonald, do you have anything?
The Greenmont folks that spoke to us last time want to come back and talk again.
No.
Good.
Okay.
Good.
That's all.
Want to do that for the next meeting, presentation?
Sure.
That'd be great. Mr. Bailey?
No, sir.
No. One of the things I guess Brent and I talked about was what are some of the other land reuse agencies doing around the state? Jessica, you seem to have a pretty good handle on that. I mean, it may be worth a deeper dive and exploring it more and seeing and that sort of thing. So maybe Mr. Yeager, if we could at some point.
I mean, they're set up differently. They have assigned
Okay.
staff
Okay.
that is working very regularly, and
Okay.
I mean, some of them, that's part of their main duty.
It's dedicated.
So that is the big difference.
Okay.
But there is a group that
Meets
unites all
regularly.
of those, and are you a part of that?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay. All right. Very good. Very good. Mr. Mills, anything?
No.
Mr. Stranka?
No, sir.
All right. Very good. Reports of the committees. Property Management Committee, Ms. McDonald.
Nothing.
Greenbelt, Mr. Bailey.
Nothing to report at this time, but I'll give you a heads up that the Green Space Coalition and people with the city have been working on another Greenbelt approach and plan and a series of maps, which I think we'll probably present at next month's meeting.
Great. Okay, so if we can help coordinate that with Mr. Yeager, that'd be great. Very good. City and Underutilized Properties Committee, Mr. Stranka.
No report.
Very good. Report of staff. The city manager's not with us. The city attorney's not with us. Mr. Yeager.
Just briefly, I know Ms. Rye is not here, but I did want to just provide a balance on the board's account. Account balance as of January 23rd, 2024 is $76,462.28. Also just wanted to note that we already talked about Mr. Satterfield being designated to act in a manner to execute land acquisition documents ahead of time. Although the final approval, once the due diligence and things are done with these projects, they will come back to the board for final approval. We received word today that the property owner at 570 Pennsylvania Avenue is moving forward with the sale of that property, and we have a PSA that Mr. Satterfield will sign today. So we will have one that's moving forward, so we're excited for that. Talked to our city attorney. 121 Kingwood is moving forward now. They've made contact with the city attorney's office, and they're preparing the deed and other documents that needs to be done for 121 to be acquired. As soon as we do have control of that, we'll schedule an underutilized property committee and go out and look at the property and assess whether it should be slated for demolition or there's a potential to rehab and do some other
I lose track of the house numbers. Can you show us
Yes, sir.
570 Pennsylvania so we know what we're talking about here?
Yes. It's 246.1 and 246, so,
Thank you.
yep. These two lots. And then 121 Kingwood, did you wanna?
Yeah, let's
Yep.
look at that one too.
Well, let me just do it this way, I'll be quicker. So the cross street here is Coben and what's down below? Brockway.
Yep.
In between there. And then we can go real quick on, and you can see 121 Kingwood. That's 121 Kingwood. That structure has been vacant for probably 20 plus years, so. And then, we'll need to, schedule another, we'll have another proposal coming to the board next month for a donation of property. So we're bringing that and presenting that to the board for consideration.
So then the
next
question
month.
from my committee would be the disposition of this once we own it. What's our plan?
Correct, yep.
Okay.
So the plan would be to have our team, our chief building official, to come out and go through and walk through and have the documentation on hand to look at and do an assessment.
Yes, sir.
Ricky, I'd like to be part of that.
Yes, sir.
I don't know if you're qualified.
I don't know. I'm not sure. But I
We'll make
can,
sure
I
we
can
get-
hold somebody's hand.
There you go.
Yeah.
Easy to take pictures.
We'll make a note. Michael.
All right.
Thank you for doing that, Michael.
Very good.
Absolutely. Okay. And that's all I have, sir.
Thank you, thank you.
Yes, sir.
Matters of business, we have a set of minutes, so I would entertain a motion to approve the minutes of January 25th, 2024.
So moved?
Second? Is there a second?
Second.
Moved and seconded. Is there any additions, corrections, discussion?
Just a correction that the director's presence, I'm shown as present but was not, and I was excused as an absent, so.
Yes.
Oh, my apologies. Okay.
Okay. Any other corrections or discussion? All those in favor of approving the minutes with that correction, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, no. The minutes are approved. Thank you. We have no unfinished business, but we do have some new business. Discussion and action on the acquisition of real estate at 657 Pennsylvania Avenue.
I turn it over to our.
Mr. Yeager, Mr. Bosio.
657 is Slammick.
Yes, sir. The first one.
Can you show us that one?
Yes, sir. We'll go up here first. It's the closest property to Essie's Sweet Shop. So there's the turn here, Brockway. This is Pennsylvania, and this is 657.
Is it in
Mr.
our-
Bosio.
Pardon me?
Well, I've been in, when Mr. Slammick first wanted to, he wanted $100,000. He's down to 60 and just wants to get out from under it. That's all I have to say.
Okay.
Fair price?
Is there a staff
Is that a fair
recommendation?
That was appraised by, do you have
I do not have the appraisal with me.
I can send it to you if you want. That was appraised by one of the appraisers in town.
As 60?
And then
Just
and
so
I-
Ricky has it, Sam.
He does.
Yeah. Where is it here?
Do you have a
And-
recommendation, Mr. Yeager?
To move forward with to move forward with it, conditioned upon, to approve the purchase price subject to and conditioned on negotiation of the PSA. So we haven't signed the PSA yet, but in talking to legal counsel, you all could take action on the price, but still have to work out the terms of the PSA.
Any ancillary issues, occupants or anything?
No,
else?
the property's vacant.
Sweet.
Yes. The appraised value on the assessor's website was listed at $94,000. That was building.
I'm sorry, was how much?
94.
Is it a tear down?
Oh, yeah.
No.
Yeah.
$60,000 for a tear down. That's crazy.
On a single lot, Sam?
Yeah.
Yeah, so there's that, and then we can go.
Why
This
is
is the lot.
something that shabby appraising that high?
Probably it was used, it probably generated rents for a number of years, right? Wouldn't you say that's one?
Yeah, I don't know how long it's been empty, but it did. And like I said, when I first started talking to him, when I first, about a year ago, it was $100,000.
Is that single-family dwelling or multiple?
Single.
units? Single. So, the staff recommendation is that we move forward with a purchase price of $60,000.
Well, the process should have been, we should have had probably a underutilized property committee to have that discussion. So staff won't, if this is what the best negotiated price is, and this is one of the targeted areas that
Okay.
we're focused on.
Do you want, but are you comfortable moving forward? Or
Yes,
you-
sir, I'm happy to make a motion if you want one.
Okay, please.
I move that we direct staff to negotiate and conclude a sale of this property for no more than $60,000.
Is there a second?
Second.
Discussion and questions.
Well, it's a key parcel. I mean, it's really, the one we need, for sure.
Need to discuss miling or?
No.
No,
we
no,
can-
no.
No.
Okay.
No more discussion. All those in, yes, sir.
I would just like to remind everybody, our happiest circumstances, we get all these purchases done and batch them together for the demo that will
Mhm.
follow all at the same time. And that's our cheapest way out of this.
Yes, yes. Any other discussion? Lacking discussion, all those in favor of approval of the motion to acquire it no more than $60,000, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, the motion carries. Thank you. Is there any other,
Thank you, Sam.
any other new business, Mr. Yeager?
No, sir.
So at this point, we do have some issues to discuss regarding the negotiation acquisition of properties in a business-sensitive condition which meets the executive session requirements. At this point, I would entertain a motion to move into executive session, and note that there will be no business following, right? No business following the executive session. Is there such a motion?
So moved.
Second?
All those in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Thank you. We're in executive session. Thank you.
See you, Ben.